Hey, good morning, DCR family and friends. It's time for Truth Nugget number two. I was yesterday afternoon. I was thinking a little bit about what I shared yesterday, and I realized, obviously, with the virus going on, there's a lot of people that are worried and really concerned and even scared about how this is going to impact them physically. Um, Socially, even financially. There's a lot of worry out there. And yesterday, my post, it wasn't a warm, fuzzy post. It might not have been terribly encouraging for you in the things that you're having to deal with. Um, but I also think it kind of is in some respects. I had a friend text me yesterday and said that they enjoyed the post because it's counterintuitive. To think that freedom from worry and fear actually comes when we submit ourselves. And yesterday's post was about recognizing that Jesus says he's the master, we're the servant, we're supposed to do what he says without question or complaint. And so it might seem counterintuitive, but it's actually freeing to recognize that you're not the boss and you're not in charge. And so it does seem counterintuitive. And the other thing I wanted to mention is that hard times like this put steel in our spine. And this time when I share these posts, these nuggets of truth, I hope it puts steel in your spine. Not these posts aren't here just to comfort and to make us feel better with warm, fuzzy thoughts. They might be quite challenging. So I need you to know that right off the bat, that we as believers need to have some steel in our spine and not tossed around by the waves of circumstance, whether those waves are personal circumstances and personal events or whether they're on a more social, almost societal level. So I wanted to share that. This morning's nugget of truth is found in Luke 18, 1 through 8. It's the parable of the persistent widow. And I wrote in my journal years ago. Luke 18, 1 through 8 shows that we are to be persistent in our prayers and never give up. Never give up petitioning God for what we want to see him do in our lives. This kind of faith is commended. We oftentimes want to see God do amazing things, either in our own life or in our world, and we get fired up about it, and we pray real hard for a season, and then our enthusiasm kind of peters out. And I think the challenge is one of persistence, and persistence is what pleases God, and I'll put that in quotes because I don't want you to think too much about that word. What does it mean to please God? But we need to be persistent and not give up. And if you're a parent, you might have had your kids say, I really want this, a new bike, and I really want a new bike, I really want a new bike. And they go on for 2 or 3 days about it. But then they go on to the next thing. And all of a sudden the bike wasn't such a heartfelt desire after all. Our persistence in some cosmic way helps move God. And again, that's a big conversation. But we need to be more persistent. And oftentimes we start off with great intentions and then we kind of peter out. I think that's what marks a good salesman from a failing salesman. A good salesman is going to make 99 phone calls and get 99 no's. And then finally he'll make the one sale, that 100th phone call. And we need to be more persistent. We used the analogy before about pounding concrete. If you hit a piece of concrete, go out into your driveway or your sidewalk and grab a sledgehammer and hit it once or twice and nothing's going to happen. But trust me, if you keep pounding the concrete, eventually it's going to crack and it's going to become rubble. Only because of your persistence. So I just want to encourage us all to be more persistent. Jesus told us that God values persistence, and it's something we really need to do. All right. Thanks so much. Take care. God bless. Have an amazing day.